Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, reporting back on my first day in Dushanbe. So, got in, of course, very, very late the night before, and so we didn't actually wake up until 12 o'clock, so you could actually call it half a day. But not a bad thing, as you can tell at the moment, I'm not very well. I haven't been good since the beginning of the trip. Now, part of that was obviously lack of sleep on planes and trains and all that kind of stuff to begin with, and also I had an injury to my shoulder and everything before then, so that also affected things. But on top of all that, I seem to have caught a really nasty cold, and it had just taken all the energy from me. So I've caught this really nasty cold, and I just got no energy at all. And so it was that actually having something like a semblance of a normal night's sleep was really, really good. I think for both of us, we were both shattered. And so got up. We had a little wander around to get something to eat, ate something in a nearby restaurant that we just found. We stayed in this incredible Soviet-era hotel, the Hotel Dushanbe. It's got two names, the Dushanbe or the Point, I think. And it was basically the main communist-era hotel, and that's why Thomas chose it. He said, "Oh, we want to go there." But it's really, really run down. But it's so run down, it's kind of funny. It's like you're stepping back in time, but where nothing works. So I'll give a bit of a tour of the room later, because it's worth having a tour of. But in this hotel, and then we decided we'd get going. Went to the National History Museum. Now, Dushanbe, as I hinted like last night, is a bit of a blingy capital. It's got a bit of Pyongyang about it. And one of the first of these mega projects was this National History Museum, which is in this huge building with an enormous Tajikistan logo on the top. And we went there. We spent several hours, actually, went round it all. Lots of propaganda with the old dictator there, but it was quite good. It was quite fun. There weren't that many artifacts. There were a lot of replicas, and there was a lot of information, but there weren't actually many artifacts. I guess because some of it's in other museums. So the main thing is this reclining Buddha, which isn't there, but apparently it is in Tajikistan. It's even in Dushanbe, but it's just somewhere else. And there is a museum of antiquities, so it's probably in there. But it's, the story of the country was told quite well, and I love some of the socialist realist art, and there were some really cheesy like nature displays, and it was just quite a nice place to hang out. And of course, all the dictator pictures, loved it. So there was that, and then we wandered through the park, little cool, not much. Wandered through the park with what was, when it was built, the world's tallest flagpole. I think it's number 2 now. And I couldn't decide if it was the presidential palace or not, because there's a huge building that is in some places marked as the presidential palace, but then the presidential palace is also marked somewhere else, and that could be the Palace of Nations, whatever a Palace of Nations is. But anyway, lots of big blingy buildings, and we wandered around to the presidential palace, if that's what the other one is, at the top of this enormous avenue. I mean, it really is Pyongyang in scale. Saying that this is a city of only 800,000 people, or at least it was when the guidebook was written. Also went to a sports shop. Tom bought a football top because he'd been wanting to buy a football top. Then we went to this incredible place that I had seen pictures of online, but I was really glad I got to see it in reality, which is a Chaikhana Rocha or Rocha, I think it's called. It's it was built in the Soviet era, and it's this kind of Soviet take on the traditional tea house, and it's a wonderful building. And we had some watermelon and tea in there, and just soaked up the atmosphere. It was absolutely brilliant. And then we walked along one of the main drags towards the the Tajik Chinese Cultural Centre, which is where Thomas wanted to go because there was a Chinese restaurant and he fancied Chinese food. And it was a bit of a weird place. It was like this little enclave of China in the middle of Tajikistan. So, and they did serve passable Chinese food. What was interesting, we only walked perhaps half a kilometre from the centre, and you could already see the edge of the city. Like, this is not a big place. It's blingy and it's huge in the centre, but it doesn't spread out very far at all. So then we got a taxi back to the railway station to try and organise what we're going to do, like the next day and stuff. But there were no trains going to where we really wanted to, so train is not an option. And then we went back to the hotel, absolutely shattered. Um, had a bit of a doze, and then woke up for the England game. And England were playing Slovakia. It's one of those teams you should be dismissing quite easily. But then against the run of play, Slovakia scored a goal, and that was it. 90 minutes, 1-0 England attacked. Not really that many penetrating moves. Hit the post once, missed an open goal. Had a goal disallowed as well, but it was all one-way traffic. But they didn't do anything until in the 95th minute. So the 5th minute of 6 minutes of extra time, Jude Bellingham scored an absolute wonder goal and an overhead kick. So that brought it to a draw, and then in the first minute of extra time, Harry Kane got a goal, and so we were through. So England, despite not being that convincing, are still in the European Championships. But apart from that, not a lot to say. So travelling, Matt. Keep travelling.
Здравствуйте. Whoa. Добре пожаловать to my hotel. Now, let's try and find where our room is. I was told it's 215. So, we're on the right floor. We're just going to try and find 215 and give you a cheeky room tour. Old Soviet corridor. What? Beautiful rug covered in plastic. It's been under renovation for about 6 years now, and it doesn't look like as much has changed in probably 40 years. Where is our room? 215. Wow. Check this out. Wow. Beautiful seats. Oh my god. Nice. Oh, look at that beautiful. This is posh. Remite. Wow. Amazing decor. Let's turn on the lights. Right. Maybe not that way. Oh. Take a look in the beautiful bathroom. Whoa. Now this is a nice bathroom. The sink sometimes works. Does it work today? Oh yeah, it's working today. Nice, nice, nice. Looking plug. Take a look at these really tasteful curtains. Nice. Do we have a view? What's the view like? Well, last time I drew the curtains are broken, so let's be careful. Ooh, pretty. Nice cupboard, eh? Ooh. Fat man's. check out this bathroom. So now this bathroom's a bit special, right? Because we got the bath, no curtain, but it's not the end of the world. But then we got this sink, right? With no tap. What? Because who needs a tap? And we've got room for a bog, and it looks like there was a bog once upon a time, but I get rid of it because like, who needs a bog? Lovely carpet there as a bathroom mat. Absolutely gorgeous. This is the Soviet Hotel in Dushanbe, Tajikistan. And to be honest, on the guidebook it said it was one of the top 5 hotels in Tajikistan. And out of the top 5, it's the only one we can access because it's not government owned. Because the other one was like Chinese Friendship Association, which only Chinese people can stay in. Absolutely gorgeous room there. Loving it. And if you look at the hotel from the front, you can see Imam Ali Rahman. Bye bye.